of I, if you want to like know how to derive the powers of I can show you that. It gets a little complicated for the people who, I don't want to call it non-math folks, because we all have the potential to be math folks, but some math folks like just to know the rule, and some math folks want to know how it works. So anyone who wants to know where it's derived from, let me know and I'll come show you how they come up with the powers of I. But for you guys, you don't have to memorize these, okay? But they're all very similar, and that's where it gets a little confusing. So I3 is a lot like the regular I, except it has a little negative in front. And I4 is a positive one. So I'll show you, Ashlyn, and anyone else who's interested in knowing like where they come from, because like I'm a math brain. So for me, I like to know. Yeah, I don't want it to be like just like someone just made it up. But in all honesty, someone did make up that I was the square root of -1 when they realized we were getting answers that didn't have a square root. Yeah, that didn't work. So they made up their own imaginary, like invisible field of numbers. Go for it. Oh yeah, I thought you had a question. No, okay, never mind. I just wanted to make sure that you guys didn't have any questions, but I will show like if Ashlyn or anyone else, I know like some of you guys like to know where it comes from. I can show you once I get them started. I don't want it to be like too much. So pretty much the way you do this is you look at whatever the exponent is, and you could count through. And so it starts to repeat. So like this is I1, I2, I3, I4. Then it goes, this is I5, I6, I7, I8. Yeah, so counting is a lot of work, right? Well, I'll show you why it repeats itself if you want. I just don't want to overwhelm them with the math behind it, but all the powers do start to repeat. But it is awful. Does anybody in here want to count to 62 or to 83? No, I don't. Yeah, the math hack. Okay, so do you guys know how to do 17 divided by 4? Bringing it back to my old school.
Imaginary.
Yeah, you could do it in your calculator. So go ahead and divide 17 by 4 and tell me what the whole number is, not the decimal.
4.
Okay, so the whole number is 4. Now I'm taking you guys back to remainders, but they're not hard remainders, I promise. Yep, so it's 4 times 4 is 16. So the remainder is 1. Okay, make sure I got this. Let me double check it. Okay, perfect, I got it. So if the remainder is 1, it's I1. So the answer is square root -1.
No.
Just no.
No.
It does get easier with time. I had to double check my answer. Okay, don't overthink it, guys. Take your number, okay? If this number divides by 4 equally, it's going to be this bottom one. If it divides by 4 equally, it's going to be this bottom one. If it divides by 4 and then the remainder is 1, so like because 4 times 4 is 16 and the remainder is 1, it's automatically whatever this guy is. So what if the remainder is 2? What's the answer?
On number 10.
Oh, perfect. So like on number 10, the remainder is going to end up being 2. Which one would that be? I1, I2, or I3? Like, I don't know. Just look here for the remainder. Yep. So this number, the exponent, that's its remainder. So I'll write you a little note on that. Remainder. So whatever's left over, that'll tell you which one it is. And if there's no remainder, that means it's divisible by 4. So it would be equal to 1. I know this stuff really tripped me up in the beginning. I was like, I really don't understand this. But if you can divide by 4, it's going to be this one since it has a little 4 by it. You can also check it. and it's really irritating for a lot of people. But if you take your pen and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, then you'll know you got the right answer. You can do that 83 times. So number 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that, but it is possible. I'd rather not. But if you guys are like on a, let's say you're taking a quiz, you're like, I can't remember what to divide by. Just count it out. We got some really fun stuff.
So,
You don't like it?
no, if it does, so does this, so it would be I1.
4. If it divides by 4, it's 4 because it's
It's 4.
I1 is if it's got a remainder of 1. I2 if it's a remainder of 2. I3 if it's a remainder of 3. If it divides by 4, you can remember the little 4.
So it would be 1.
Okay. Somebody, since Ashton's getting it, somebody in here divide 83 by 4.
Still equal.
It's still evil. Somebody out there divide 83 by 4 for me. Are you guys don't like long division much? We can do it without long division. Anybody want to see it without a long division? You guys okay with this little thing I did here to find the remainder? If you're not, give me a thumbs down. You don't like remainders? Like, no, heck no. No, I think I lost you guys. 3-hour classes are hard. You guys are doing great. You got this. If we didn't have our quiz, this would have been all we did today. All right, so what's 83 divided by 4? Somebody with a calculator, I really don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the 20 down. Perfect, thank you, Ariante, very good. So now if I wanna find the remainder, who knows how to find the remainder with long division? It's been a long time since I've done this, like 4th grade, just kidding. I did a few terms ago, but you're gonna take 20 times 4 and put that number down here. So someone tell me what 20 times 4 is. You got 3 as the remainder? Yeah. So 20 times 4 is 80. Subtract those, you get the remainder is 3. So if the remainder is 3, this is all we care about, okay? Go to your little list. Which one of these has an exponent of 3? That is going to be your answer. So whatever you see written next to your I3, that's your answer. I know it's really weird. Just think of it as a little formula. I'll probably tell you when you go to take a quiz on this, the first step is divide by 4 and find the remainder. And you'll have these rules. If it divides by 4, it's going to be 1. So do you guys think that makes sense for you, or do you need to see a couple more like that? Maybe one more? What's up? Why don't they try with, yeah, perfect, good idea. So why don't you guys go ahead and find your remainders for number 10 and number 11, and I will come around and check. If it does not have a remainder, it's this one here, okay? So I'm gonna have you guys try 10 and 11. This is a good opportunity that if you are struggling, you can just ask me like, hey, like, I'm really stuck on this. That would be good.